Warm and humid greetings from Southeast China. It's been 90 degrees today. The AC is off, so I'm going to try and record this video as quickly as possible because it's getting hot in here really quickly. Since my first video about the Osmo Pocket accessories, a lot of products have been released recently, so I think it's time for an update. So I will show you what I found on Taobao, which is the largest Chinese marketplace here in China, and it's linked to Alibaba, which is also linked to Aliexpress. So you will find a lot of the sellers here on Taobao, which will also be on Amazon or Amazon Marketplace or Aliexpress. And for all the products that I can find, I will have links in the description. So let's start off with the product that's also in the thumbnail of this video, namely a 4th axis stabilizer for Osmo Pocket. Now this has been around a while, I've seen it before, but it wasn't specifically marketed for the Osmo Pocket, and apparently the springs were too strong for the Osmo Pocket. But this one now is marketed directly for Osmo Pocket, and it so happened that I ordered it yesterday, and it's already arrived, and here it is. So this is supposed to take the walking motion out of the Osmo Pocket footage. And so far it looks like the spring level is actually quite consistent with the weight of the Osmo Pocket. I'll do a full review on it, so if you would like to see that, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get a notification when the video is up. Now there's also a newcomer to the lens world. Basically up to now we had wide-angle lenses and macro lenses. Actually Ulanzi released their own macro lens. We'll get to that in a second. And now we have the fisheye. So here it is. I ordered that yesterday, same. So it's quite convenient when you live next to Shenzhen, you get the stuff next day. And I will do a full review on it, of course. So again, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and watch it when it comes out. Obviously, this is going to give us a lot of vignetting, but I'll test it out and see if the footage is actually usable and how it can be used, at least to some extent, with my limited creative skills. You might have seen my video about the JSR macro lens. Link in the description, link upstairs, sorry, and link in the description as well. Ulanzi have released their own macro lens. Now I don't have it, I didn't test it, but it has a little bit less magnification. It's a 10 times lens versus the JSR, which is a 12.5. So I haven't seen reviews about this lens yet, but I'm pretty confident Ulanzi are pretty consistent with their quality, so it should be okay. Next up, we have this interesting contraption, which is actually a wind muff for the Osmo Pocket if you don't want to use an external mic. It's actually a pretty good idea, except that it's made of foam, so I'm not quite sure how effective that is in wind. Foam is generally not that effective, or less than fur anyway, but they did it, so maybe that could be of interest. And it might be an alternative to carrying around an external mic. So getting back to the lenses, there are a lot of wide-angle lenses out there that you can buy. However, the best-selling ones do seem to be from the same manufacturer, even if they're branded differently. Just one word of caution, stay away from this lens. I did a video on that actually. There will be a link in the description. It really doesn't work. I tried 2 different lenses and they were both identical, basically constant autofocus errors with the Osmo Pocket. So this one, Dracaris. I won't get into detail about ND filters. Basically, I've tested Sunny Life case and JSR, and they all worked to satisfaction for all intents and purposes. They all have a slight color shift, but if you're using ND filters, you're probably editing the video later, so correcting the white balance shouldn't be an issue. Actually, I think this one is quite new, the case series. It looks a lot like Polar Pro, but what do I know? So I have one of these ND filters. Basically, you have a ND plus CPL, a polarizer. I thought it would be hard to handle, but actually it's very easy to set the polarizer angle. So yeah, it works. Nothing to complain about this. And price-wise, they've come down a little bit. So it seems that the added competition here with so many different manufacturers is actually finally now driving down the prices. There are many mounting systems available for phone and Osmo Pocket combined. I think this one is actually quite original because it puts the Osmo Pocket behind the phone bracket, so it's a little bit more centered. And there's a mosquito eating my leg right now because the AC is off. Now personally, I don't really like the Let's get back to the picture, please. Yeah, this one. I don't really like these brackets, which use a spring mechanism to hold the phone in place. I prefer systems with a screw. Ulanzi makes this, so I don't want to sound like an Ulanzi commercial or advertising, but yeah, so Ulanzi have this one here, for example, which uses a screw to tighten. It's not a spring mechanism, and it has a hot shoe on the top. And it allows me to put my huge phone, which is a 6.95-inch phone, into the mount without problems with the case. And I don't have the feeling that the phone is actually part of the structure of the whole kit. So yeah, so I'm basically using a system like this, where your phone is held by screws and not by a spring. But there's also a very nice release by PGY Tech, which is very compact and foldable, although it's a little bit pricey, and it still uses a spring mechanism. So I told you what I think about that. But yeah, this looks really good, so maybe that's a good alternative, and maybe they will drop their price a little bit. This is another mounting option I use a lot. It uses the data port or the phone connection slot on the Osmo Pocket and converts it into a GoPro mount with a hot shoe. So you can actually just use that to attach your external microphone to it. And I actually use that a lot when I'm walking around. It's very compact and works really great. And I also use that on a 2-meter selfie stick together with a USB-C cable, because I still don't have the Wi-Fi adapter, which is always out of stock here in China. That combination with the phone turns the Osmo Pocket into a crane camera, which you can control very easily on the phone with the Mimo app, especially if you disable the easy gimbal control, giving you a horizontal and a vertical slider basically to control the camera movements. And I got really good results with that. Okay, let's quickly go into charging options on the go for your Osmo Pocket. So of course there's the official Osmo Pocket DJI case at a very high price though, and all you can store in that is your Osmo Pocket and 2 memory cards, it seems. But of course there are cheaper options, especially when you're ordering straight from China. For example, there's this battery grip, which has a huge battery. I think it's 4,000 milliamps. Let me go down there and check. Oh yeah, no, sorry. It only has 3,100 milliamps hour, but that still means it will charge the Osmo Pocket about 3 times, I think. And that's not the only option, because there is also this one here, which actually clips onto the Osmo Pocket. This one's cheap as well, and this one has 4,000 milliamps, so you can basically fill up several huge SD cards before you will run out of power. And so there's a bunch of cases out, but they're not really great, so I'm not going to get into all of them. I did find one interesting one, however, this one, which is a waterproof case. So if you're taking your Osmo Pocket on a boat or some other wet environment, that could be a good option. It's completely water sealed and has a charge port on the side, I think. Here, yeah, there we go. It has a charge port here, which is also weather sealed at least. Huh? I don't know if you can go diving with it. I wouldn't suggest that, but it's a good way to store your pocket in a wet environment. Then of course the obligatory accessory, a dog. You need a dog for your Osmo Pocket. And if you buy this dog, it comes with this harness and will allow you to mount the Osmo Pocket on top of it. So getting back to storage options, there's a sort of clone of the original storage pouch by DJI. But this one allows you to have the controller wheel on the Osmo Pocket while in the pouch. So if you're using the controller wheel, I don't, but if you're using the controller wheel, that might be a good option. And it's cheap as chips. It's 50 RMB. 50 RMB is about $8, I think, something like that. And if you look at the detail, it's actually quite well made. It has foam inserts here, so your Osmo Pocket will be nice and safe in there. Although the controller wheel is actually sticking out. So, but well, you know what I mean. Then Smatry have a bag, finally a bag, which is sort of planning for lens storage. Look at that, there's 4 slots for lenses. You can put your adapters, and there's a little bit more space up here. And of course they have a bigger version, but on this one, they still only have 4 lens slots. But it takes your wireless module, it takes, what do we have? It takes the controller wheel, it takes the original mount, it even takes the Osmo Pocket charging case, or something else if you don't have that charging case. The Osmo Pocket, a couple of filters, and the connectors. So yeah, not bad. I'm still looking for something. Like I have so many accessories, I'm still looking for something portable and well designed. This is probably as close as it gets for the moment. So I think that's about it. You can, of course, if you're looking for something specific, you can do your own search, but I hope I listed the most innovative products at least here. And my camera battery is running out, so I will stop this video here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Subscribe if you want to see the reviews of some of the products that I mentioned here. And see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.